Welcome to the master class. We're going to start out with our talk tonight, our Ayurvedic talk on cellulite. So how Ayurveda deals with cellulite. And actually, cellulite is not considered a disease. It's more of an imbalance. And it's also considered a psychological issue in Ayurveda. Most of the time, people are not really concerning themselves too much with cellulite in lots of parts of the world. But in the West, people get concerned about cellulite. I want to just mention that cellulite is just another word for adipose tissue or fat. It's excess fat, and it's coming from a kapha imbalance, excess kapha. Kapha is the earth and the water elements combined. And when kapha goes into excess, it ends up causing stagnation. It ends up causing resistance, blockage, accumulation. And so the adipose tissue is one of those things that starts to accumulate. So I'm going to go through my notes here and go over what Ayurveda does, how they address the excess adipose fat tissue or cellulite. One of the things is people who have high cholesterol, one thing, tend to have a little bit more of the adipose tissue. Also, people who eat fried foods, fatty foods, and the diet is excessive in dairy, and also just comfort type of foods where it's fatty, it's heavy fatty types of foods. So that's one of the things that happens. Also, it does say, unfortunately, because I absolutely love olive oil, that if you use a lot of olive oil, it can also cause cellulite or excess adipose tissue. Now, I just want to mention that oils are a little bit different in how they metabolize. Olive oil metabolizes cool. So a lot of times olive oil is recommended for people who have a lot of heat in their tissues. So it's an oil that you can use that helps to, it's bitter. It helps to cool down the tissues, but it also is very nourishing. But if you're more dealing with a kapha imbalance or a kapha excess issue, then all oils are something that you have to look at, and olive oil is included in that. Not ghee, but olive oil. Anyway, the tissues that, the Ayurvedic tissues that it's addressing is what they call the medas, which is what we call fat, adipose tissue. And it is actually, the actual root issue has to do with the fat metabolism. So our job in Ayurveda is to increase heat in the body so the fat metabolism increases. You want to activate that Agni, which is heat, fire, in the fat tissue. So that's one of the things that we work to do. And we do this by eliminating all processed foods, dairy, like I said, heavy foods. We also look at regular exercise as probably one of the #1 things that you can do to help with excess fat. So regular exercise, walking, swimming, aerobic exercise, also doing exercises that will localize into that area. So if you're accumulating adipose tissue or fat in the hips and the thighs, then you want to make sure that you're including exercises that are including that area. What they basically are saying is don't just do upper body exercises. You want to make sure you're doing lower body exercises as well. The other thing too that you can do is massage. Massage moves it, breaks it up. It helps it. It helps with stagnation. So massage is so great. And you want to, what they recommend, because it's a kapha issue, Kapha is cold. There's different qualities that go along with kapha. So if you look at earth and water tend to be heavy, tend to be cold, tend to be, dense. And so what you want to do is the opposite. You want to stimulate, you want to activate, and you want to move it. So massage really helps. And you use a combination oil that is half sesame and half mustard. Mustard is heating, and you just half and half it, and you massage the tissue where you have adipose tissue building. It's very helpful. And it's also recommended that you can get a cream, a vitamin K cream, which you can also put on the skin, and it will help with removing and minimalizing the actual look, the actual dimpling that happens. It also helps with spider veins. So that's another bonus with vitamin K cream. They recommend that. Of course, you want to look at your diet. So you're reducing the dairy products, you're reducing sweets, you're reducing cold food and drinks. That means no ice, no frozen drinks, no smoothies. You want to also eliminate fatty fried foods, heavy foods, and also, again, restrict the olive oil, cooking with it specifically. You can still ingest it raw, but just if you're cooking with it, you want to minimize that. Anyway, those are some things that you can help to do to help the body remove or reduce cellulite, adipose tissue that has been accumulating. And it's very simple, really easy stuff that you can do. You don't even need me for that, but I'm here anyway. So if you ever have any questions about Ayurveda and the different ways that you can use Ayurveda to help your life, I am always here for you guys, and please reach out to me. I think everybody should get an Ayurvedic consultation. So if you haven't gotten one, you should get one, because it's a fantastic way of learning about your body, your constitution, and how you move through the world, and also any imbalances that you have and how to manage those things. When we're young, it's really easy. And then as we start getting older, those things start to build, and you start realizing, oh, I've got some accumulation, or I've got some imbalances that I have to deal with here. Anyway, so that's all information for you, and reach out to me if you have any questions. Okay, I'm gonna end this, and we're gonna get started with our practice.